Tucker has guided the North Carolina High School Athletic Association with great skill and passion. It's my pleasure to introduce to you for a few words of welcome from the Board of Directors and from the staff, Commissioner Tucker.
Thank you, James. Before I make my comments, I would ask Tori and Billy, please come up. You know, we've played for years now. We've played our championships in Raleigh and in Chapel Hill. We play many other than basketball, we play many championships. Move right over here where Trey is. We play many championships here in Raleigh. And one of the reasons that we've been able to do what we do in the city of Raleigh has to do with the relationships that we have forged over the years. And these two people right here have really been instrumental in helping us continue our partnership. And so on behalf of all of the folk in this room who've signed the balls, we want to thank the Greater Raleigh Sports Alliance, the Raleigh Recreation Department, for your unwavering support through the years. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause. Thank you, guys. That's not to say that we don't have great partners, but they've been around a long time, and so you have to recognize that longevity. Well, good morning to everybody. I think I had an opportunity to get around and perhaps speak to most everybody in the room, and it's just always good to see you. You know, I like when you look good, and y'all look good today. It's not even Sunday, so that's a good thing. We appreciate the efforts that you've made to be here today. Many of you are probably already, I know you coaches, you're already thinking about, I got to get back because I got to have that practice today, and trying to figure out what it is you're going to do. But we appreciate your being here. We appreciate what you've done through this year to even make it to this point. I want to again thank those persons who have really stepped up and helped us over the years. Two people in this room have been working with us at NC State for many years, and that's Bobby Guthrie, Reggie Flight. They help us make sure folks get where they need to be. They're the people at NC State who will help make sure that the media gets what you need. And so Bobby and Reggie, on behalf of our staff, thank you for your long-time service to us. The new folk on the block we've already heard from, and that's Southern Recognition, and we really do appreciate them. We thank Sinclair for working with us over the years to help us. We also want to thank two other people who are in the room today, and that's Boo Rigsby and Charles Harris. Charles is at Garner, and Boo is at Northern Durham. Thank you guys for continuing to serve as our hosts. Boo will be at UNC, Charles and his folks will be at NC State. We can't do what we do without having people help us. And so we want you guys to know how much we appreciate what you've done for us and what you're going to do. So thank you very much. Well, over the course of the past 2 weeks, many exciting games have been played. Some had scores that were more lopsided than others. Some, they were nail-biters. Some of them were overtime victories. Last Saturday was not NCHSAA's finest hour. So I want to address that. We had some situations where spectators were unable to get into the gyms. And I want you to know that as a staff, we own that. I don't want anybody in this room to think that we don't feel maybe worse than those people who couldn't get in. And I want you to also understand that in no way did we ever oversell a gym by putting more tickets on sale than what we were given relative to the numbers. Now, we can't govern and legislate ethics. In order for those gyms to have been unable to accept people in who had purchased a ticket, something had to go wrong with the people who were holding the tickets. People got in that shouldn't have been in. We don't know how that happened. And so we're not going to try to spend a lot of time trying to figure it out. We're not throwing any schools under the bus. But we know as a staff that what we worked out was based on the numbers we were given, and it was based on the belief in man, that people would be honest and that they would do the right thing as it related to getting into those facilities. We've apologized. We continue to apologize. So it's not like we are not owning that. We are already in the process of looking ahead to next year, because we don't want to have that repeat performance. Not every facility had the same issues, but some did. So at the end of the day, we accept that blame, as I said. We can't go back and fix it. We're in the process of working with those people who could not get in and whose tickets were not redeemed. So we're working on those. But what we can do as we move forward is to learn from last Saturday so that we can do better and be better. We are already doing some out-of-the-box thinking as it relates to how our regionals should look. And let's be honest, your fourth round games, some of them had problems. So what do we do about the fourth round, the fifth round? We have to address that, and we will. What it might mean is that you won't be able to play as close to home as you have done over the last couple of years. You may be on the road. Your spectators will have to travel further. But we are already doing that kind of thinking. So hang with us. And enough about last Saturday, because we can't go back and do anything about that. So let's move forward. This coming Saturday is Super Saturday. And it's what teams strive to do. As you started practice, many of you back in the summer, going to camps, having those skill development sessions. Then on October 31, you started this basketball journey. Several goals were in place even on that day. And over the time, some of you had to shift your goals. Some of you were just trying to figure out how you were going to get to the next game. Some of you had goals of winning the conference itself. Then you talked about, well, can we win the conference tournament? Some of you then, once you won, and then we had the seeding, you had new goals. How far, how much, how deep into the playoffs can we go? And so here you are today. Here you are realizing a dream that some people never get an opportunity to realize. I coached high school basketball for 12 years. Never played for a state championship. But that's not to say I didn't have great people playing for me. But sometimes those goals that we set, they're elusive. And so for you, you have that opportunity this week. To the 16 head coaches in the room today, I commend you for your commitment, your preparation, and for making sacrifices throughout the season. The decision-making that you had as it relates to your schedule. Now let's address this issue. Yes, in the past, we have alternated classifications from NC State to UNC. This year was supposed to be 1A, 3A at UNC and 2A, 4A at NC State. But if we learned anything from last Saturday, it was that you have to maximize what you have. And because some of the teams who are playing this Saturday have those spectator followings that we know could be problematic at NC State, we didn't want to, one, put them in that situation, and we didn't want to put you in that situation. NC State will hold or seat 5,100 folks. At UNC, we're looking at 21,700. So you do the math. It was easy for us to figure we need to make the change. And so that's what we've done. Now, how do we address the tickets this weekend? Some of you are trying to figure that out. Well, here's what we're doing. Obviously at UNC, tickets should not be an issue. If we fill up the Dean E. Smith Center, oh, I'm excited. Okay? 21,700. If we can fill that up, that's pretty awesome. But here's what we're doing in equity across the board. And to help you, every school represented, each team will be allotted 250 codes again. Now, why do we do that? So that you can take care of mamas and daddies and grandparents and aunts and uncles. And usually, if you do that first, you still have some left over to take care of. So you're going to get those 250 codes, even at UNC, as well as at NC State. You will have those codes sent to you by the end of today. As soon as we can get back to the office and do what we need to do, we'll send you those codes, ADs. Now, don't do what you may have done last week. Don't just send the code out and think everybody's going to do the right thing. Okay? Be selective in how you give it out. You might even want to have folks come to the school and get on your smartphone or whatever and have them to get those codes. But that's up to you. Now, we will put the public tickets on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. All right? 10 a.m. Public tickets will go on sale. And again, any of the 250 unused codes will be dumped into the public ticket box. And that's more important for the NC State folks. I don't think we're going to sell out at NC State, but you just want to know that that's how that will work. And if you have questions, you want some tips from us, please see us before you leave today. Tickets, $15 a person, and there is that small service fee. So let your folks know that. Now, what we didn't do last Saturday, we have done this time, and that is it will be capped at 6 tickets per person. So no one can buy more than 6 tickets at one time. But that doesn't mean that Q couldn't buy more than 6 tickets if Q has 2 different credit cards, or Q wants to take that credit card and go 2 or 3 different times. If we have to do that, then really, y'all, we're in the wrong business. But that's the way that will work, okay? Our folks in the breakout sessions will talk a little bit more about that. If you have specific questions relative to the tickets and the allocations, they will share that with you. I want to thank the media who are here, media representatives here today. We're grateful for your coverage. We're grateful for your helping tell the story of high school athletics. NC State University, UNC, they are not in here with us today, I don't guess.
They're in the back.
All right, excuse me. Thank you guys. Want to thank UNC, thank NC State for serving as our host. See them if you have questions. If I've lied about the space, talk to them and they'll get it right for you. But we thank you for being, playing on those 2 floors in those 2 facilities, pretty special. So I think you will enjoy it for those, and for those of you who've never been in Reynolds, it's pretty special. I coached when it would seat 12,500, and that was pretty special and awesome, but it's pretty neat now. So enjoy that for those of you who will be there. I want to thank our staff, Trey, Rhonda, Brad, Caitlin from the sports side, Karen and Evan for helping to market and make sure the NCHSAA brand is in place. Some of our staff is back at the office trying to help make sure we are ready for Saturday. I feel I'm very blessed to have wonderful and talented people on this team. and I wouldn't trade y'all for anything. I don't care what anybody says. They've already done a lot of work, and there's more to come, and we want to thank James for taking time out from his new job to come and be here with us in person. And even though some of you are returning as vying for a state championship, this is a new group of kids. Larry Williford will tell you that. This is new. Brian Robinson will tell you that. The young people you have on your team are different. Your chemistry on your team is different. So savor the moments leading up to Saturday. Enjoy what will happen this week. You're coaching your team based on your knowledge of their talents and their skills. And there are a lot of victories in this room. If you added them all together, it's a lot. Very, very impressive. And as I close and finish my comments, I want to share this. John Wooden said, never permit yourself to become too involved with things you cannot control, since it will adversely affect the things you can control. Over the course of the next 2 or 3 days, people will pull on you as coaches because they think you have all of the free tickets. They don't want to pay. They want the free tickets and the free credentials. Send those folks to your ADs and your principals. Yeah, I'm sorry, ADs. But there are some things that are out of your control. And in a little bit, we're going to tell you how many tickets you have and all of that. But really and truly, don't worry about those things. Let somebody else. And then basically it boils down to just don't sweat the small stuff between now and Saturday. In the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. Leave the officiating to the officials. They've been assigned. And then be honest about this upcoming game. It's unlike any game you've played this season. So those superstitions that you have, coaches, you might have to set those aside. Because this is going to be different. We're going to tell you what time you can go on the floor. We're going to tell you how you need to line up to shake hands. So that's different than what you've done. So just be ready and able. Help your young people develop strategies to deal with the emotions of Saturday. Coach Yao used to say, it's okay to have butterflies as long as they're flying in formation. So help your young people conquer that and make sure that the butterflies they will have are flying in formation. I want to again congratulate you all. I wish you the best as you prepare. Look forward to seeing how things unfold and to see some great games on Saturday. Again, thank you very much, and I thank you for what you do.